At the time of me hearing this news, I just think it's a lot of smoke to a very small fire. Like, hey, we got a new contract. How many films you want to do? How many appearances you down with? What's good, everybody? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking the thumbnail. My name is Corey, and we're going to be talking about the DC shakeups and my thoughts on all the different news and things that are coming out of Warner and DC in relation to the superhero movies that we all love to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We normally talk about movie news, we talk about movies and TV shows, sometimes some video game stuff, on occasion some politics. I just want to get in here and give you my thoughts on all the things that have come out in the last, let's say, 48 hours in relation to DC films. So I saw the Wonder Woman news that posted, and I thought I'm going to go do a movie news minute and do it real quick, post a short, and be done with it. Glad I didn't, because on today, we got all the different news of Henry Cavill and his future as Superman, and his Man of Steel 2 movie is in jeopardy, as well as Jason Momoa and his future with DC as Aquaman is in jeopardy, possibly after the second movie comes out next year. And I think all that is a very simple situation. So let's go all three real quick. With Wonder Woman, because that news dropped first, the Hollywood Reporter reported that everything was on pause as it stands. That was actually in the article, as it stands. And that's just an indication that, on one hand, Patty Jenkins must have submitted a script, but James Gunn and Peter Safran have an idea for what they want to do, and that script may not fit the plans that they have in place. So you're gonna see either changes made to that script, or they're going to be paid to move on. The reason that they're gonna be paid to move on is that after Wonder Woman 84, that was released, and Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot were both offered a third film with a percentage of it. Now, if that's in a contract, you're either going to allow them to make their film under any circumstances, honor that contract, or you're going to pay them a sum to get out of it. And we know David Zaslav is in charge of Warner and DC. He's like the last person to hear anything from Warner and let things kind of go from DC. And I imagine with the way he's been cutting costs, he's not going to just be open to paying Patty Jenkins and paying Gal Gadot and just letting them go about their way. He's going to get a film out of them, even if it takes a little reworking. So that's what's going to happen, I believe, with Wonder Woman. With Henry Cavill and Jason Momoa, it's way more simple to me. All that means is that the old contracts that they were under are probably either being reworked or done away with and renewed, if they can make it all work. And that's going to be the key. If they come up with a set number of movies or appearances that Henry Cavill is okay with, same thing for Jason Momoa. They come up with a perfect set of films and appearances that he's okay with, then you will get more from those actors in those roles. But if you don't see a good number of movies, let's say James Gunn is pushing for something bigger, let's say 7 or 8 appearances and 2 or 3 more films, it's like, maybe you don't see an agreement be reached, and we see this Aquaman 2 come out, and then a reboot or a new role recast of the character. Same thing with Man of Steel. We may have seen the last of Henry Cavill as Superman, or if a deal is worked out, we might see him for another 7 to 8 years. Who knows? It's all up in the air right now, and I imagine with every property that is connected to DC, you're going to see that type of stuff happen. I believe eventually we're going to see some news with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson being involved. Like, that's the Batman franchise. What's going to happen with that? I know that there were some very well laid plans and promises were made, but at this stage, new heads of everything. We don't know what's going to be honored. We don't know what we're going to get more of. Don't call DC a mess just yet. Just kind of wait for the smoke to clear, because there's going to be plenty more smoke and plenty more things coming out of DC as it relates to who signs what and for how long. So those are the thoughts. Please let me know if you have any contrary thoughts or any contrary information. Again, this was recorded in December of 2022. So things change very fast. By the time you see this, maybe we have a new Superman, but at the time of me hearing this news, I just think it's a lot of smoke to a very small fire. Like, hey, we got a new contract. How many films you want to do? How many appearances you down with? How much training you want to obligate? How much of your schedule you want to give us for the next 10 years? or 7 years or whatever. So once they hammer all that stuff down, we'll have a better picture of what's going to actually happen. But again, if I'm wrong, let me know. That's all I got. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.